I literally just said I was laying in bed wanting to feel something, and literally she starts right back in, how can I ever feel again? I don't know where the rest of the song's going to take me, and I really, I mean, I care, but I don't. I needed this song almost 30 years ago, but it's hitting today. Maybe I needed this song today more than I realized.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a. Son of a. Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Are you
You serious?
Are you serious?
If there's anything that I have learned about doing these 50 days, 50 Nightwish songs, it is that if I can read the title and expect something, then I'm wrong. And so today we're going to dive into Bless the Child, which to me seems sweet, innocent, something about a kid. And in my mind, I am thinking this has nothing to do with a kid and is probably not sweet or innocent. So let's check it out. But first, if you haven't yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. But what means the most is your comments. I love reading through them, engaging with you, and answering questions as they come up. Yeah, I'm gonna rewind that because I heard it, but not super, like not every word. It said something about waterfalls, weak, dead to the world, alive for the journey. I caught the last bit, but I don't know what he first started with. I was born, I think, among purple waterfalls. I was weak, but not unblessed. Not unblessed, which would be a double negative, which means that you were blessed or just not unblessed. So you weren't blessed or unblessed, you were just present. How does Tuamis do that? How vocabulary was something I hated through school, but it's something I learned to appreciate because it really can show many things about somebody, including their intelligence level and whether or not you can follow along. And mastering one language is hard enough. How could he do this in multiple languages? I don't. It's such a gift. It's such a rarity. There's so many people that don't even grasp at if that is their primary language. I'm hearing it a lot clearer now, so I don't need to go back and rewind it as much. But one night I dreamt a white rose withering, a newborn drowning, a lifetime loneliness. This is pain, like a newborn drowning. Bless the Child, a newborn drowning, right in like the very beginning.
Lifetime loneliness. I dreamt all my future, relive my past, and witness the beauty of the beast.
Wow. Where have all the feelings gone? Why has all the laughter ceased? Why am I loved only when I'm gone back to bless the child? Like, I feel when a loved one has passed in my life, it is numbness. I don't have feelings. I start the morning process, and when I release it, I am a bawling mess, snot everywhere. Um it was 1996 or 1997 when my Paka died. And Paka is Frisian, which is in the province in the Netherlands. The language they speak in Friesland is Frisian for grandpa. And a lot of, I think most of the Netherlands says Oma and Opa, like in German. But for us, it's Paka and Beppa as grandpa and grandma. And Paka passed away, and that numbness, that drowning, that where has my feelings gone? I remember laying in bed wanting to cry, but not being able to because I didn't feel anything. I know this is bless the child, but last thing I was thinking of is the death of my grandpa. I literally just said I was laying in bed wanting to feel something, and literally she starts right back in, how can I ever feel again? I don't know where the rest of the song's going to take me, and I really, I mean, I care, but I don't. I needed this song almost 30 years ago, but it's hitting today. Maybe I needed this song today more than I realized. There are so many times that you're going through depression, sadness, grief, mourning, that you just feel so alone. And to say, I've never felt so alone in my life, you have flashbacks. I feel like I need to see a therapist. I really try not to make it a habit of interrupting the instrumentals because before I ever heard of or listened to Nightwish, this genre felt hateful to me because I didn't understand or care to try to understand. But now, like that, it's like an emotional release, that instrumental and that you need as you're hearing these heavy lyrics. And then the narration, soon to be freed from care from human pain. I'm going to go back a little bit more because I didn't catch the beginning part, but just that last line is powerful alone by itself. Hmm. Where have all the feelings gone? Why is the deadliest sin to love as I have loved you? Ugh, chills. Ugh. Giving that unconditional, unbridled love is truly having a piece of you ripped away when they're no longer there. Ooh, time pays us with earth and dust and a dark, silent grave. Time pays us with earth and dust. It's kind of the same thing, but it doesn't, like, I don't know what religion matters at all, and I don't want to bring that up and make this huge debate. And you ask why I brought it up, but that's the first thing I think of is humanity across the globe for most of time has always searched for that. Where do we come from? Where do we go when we die? And what makes our life on earth valuable or meaningful? And I mean, that I don't know many arguments that you, when you die, you turn back into this earth, the earth and the dust. So when time pays you with earth and dust in a dark, silent grave, like that's literally where what happens to you when you die, to your physical body. This is so good on so many levels, and it's just because I'm like I'm feeling this.
Time pays us with earth and dust and a dark, silent grave. Remember, my child, without innocence, the cross is only iron. Hope is only an illusion. No ship's souls. But a name. The child must be forever.
Hmm. Wow. That's what I've got for you is wow. Reliving the emotion of teenage me sitting in the funeral home when Paka died. I was in the middle aisle, right behind Beppa and my aunts and uncles and father and mother. I was the oldest male cousin. I have one older cousin, Desiree, and everyone else was way younger. I was 17 years old, or almost 17, so 16-ish. And I had felt numb since he passed away. But it all came rushing with feeling at one time as I'm sitting there surrounded by family, to the point where I had a box, full box of these things. And it was gone by the time the ceremony or the service was over. And I was pulling from other people's. The pile of wet Kleenex under my chair was, looking back, quite impressive. But what, like, one thing Pocket taught me, he taught me a lot of things. I went to his dairy farm for several summers in a row. He taught me a lot about life. But one thing he taught me is to let your emotions out and don't be ashamed by them, because there's a reason you have them. And hopefully I let that come through with these reactions, that you're getting that raw, emotional, what's coming out is really how I feel. So this song, Bless the Child. Maybe I'm the child that needed blessing, but what an emotional roller coaster. Glad that was on the list.